Your life is not a race against your friends. It's a story only you can write. Everyone is moving forward, except me. His father folded the newspaper and looked at him. You know, Rahul got promoted again. There it was. The comparison. Arjun felt the familiar tightening in his chest. Yeah, I saw. Same ages, and a mind full of comparisons. He whispered to himself quietly. Everyone is moving forward. Comparison is dangerous, Arjun. Why? Then suddenly, in the 5th year, it grows nearly 90 feet in just weeks. The small town of Ashford was the kind of place where everyone seemed to know each other's achievements before they even knew their own dreams. In a quiet house at the end of Maple Street lived a young man named Arjun. Arjun was 22, thoughtful, observant, and painfully aware of one thing: he felt like he was always behind. Every morning, he woke up, opened his phone, and immediately felt the same sinking feeling. His school friend Rahul had just bought a new car. Another friend, Kavya, had posted pictures from her job in Singapore. Someone else had announced their startup funding. Someone had finished a marathon. Someone had bought a house. Someone had gotten married. Arjun stared at the screen, his thumb scrolling endlessly. Then he looked around his small room, a desk cluttered with unfinished ideas, a notebook full of plans he never started, a laptop with half-written projects, and a mind full of comparisons. He whispered to himself quietly, everyone is moving forward, except me. At breakfast, his mother placed a cup of tea in front of him. Good morning, Arjun, she said warmly. Morning. You look tired again. Were you up late? Arjun shrugged, just thinking. His father, reading the newspaper, spoke without looking up. Thinking is good, but action is better. Arjun forced a weak smile. He had heard that sentence too many times. His parents weren't cruel. They loved him deeply. But like many parents in Ashford, they measured success in visible milestones, degrees, jobs, titles, money. And Arjun had none of them yet. His father folded the newspaper and looked at him. You know, Rahul got promoted again. There it was. The comparison. Arjun felt the familiar tightening in his chest. Yeah, I saw. Same age as you, his father continued casually. Hard-working boy. Arjun nodded silently. Inside his mind, a voice whispered, why aren't you like him? Later that day, Arjun walked through town. Everywhere he looked, comparison followed him like a shadow. The gym where people posted transformation photos. The cafe where entrepreneurs worked on laptops. The park where runners tracked their miles. Everyone seemed to be achieving something. Everyone except him. He sat on a bench and opened his phone again. Another post. Another achievement. Another reminder. His friend Vikram had written, hard work beats talent. Below it were hundreds of likes. Arjun stared at the words. Hard work beats talent. He laughed bitterly. I don't even know what my talent is. He locked his phone and stared at the sky. For the first time in weeks, he asked himself a question he had been avoiding. What do I actually want? But the answer didn't come, because his mind was too full of everyone else's lives. That evening, Arjun wandered into a quiet old bookstore. It smelled of paper, dust, and time. An elderly man stood behind the counter arranging books. His name was Mr. Dev, the owner of the store for nearly 40 years. Arjun often came here when he wanted silence. Mr. Dev looked up and smiled. Back again, Arjun. Yeah. Looking for something specific today? Arjun hesitated. Then he said something honest. I think I'm looking for direction. Mr. Dev chuckled softly. That's a big section. He walked slowly toward a shelf and pulled out a thin book. But instead of handing it over, he asked a question. Tell me something. Why do you look so heavy these days? Arjun sat down. At first, he tried to brush it off, but the words spilled out anyway. Everyone else is doing better than me. Mr. Dev leaned against the shelf quietly. Arjun continued. My friends have careers, money, achievements. I feel like I'm standing still while everyone else is running. The old man nodded slowly. Then he asked a strange question. Have you ever watched bamboo grow? Arjun blinked. Bamboo? Yes. Not really. Mr. Dev smiled gently. Let me tell you something interesting. Mr. Dev sat down across from him. When bamboo is planted, something unusual happens, he said. For the first year, Nothing appears above the soil. Arjun frowned. Nothing? Nothing. The second year? Still nothing. The third year? Still nothing. Arjun raised an eyebrow. Then why would anyone keep watering it? Mr. Dev's eyes sparkled. Because underground, the bamboo is building a root system. He paused. Then suddenly, in the fifth year, it grows nearly 90 feet in just weeks. Arjun sat silently. Mr. Dev leaned closer. So tell me, did the bamboo grow in weeks or in 5 years? Arjun thought for a moment. 5 years? Exactly. The old man tapped the table lightly. Most people only see the final growth. They never see the years of invisible preparation. Mr. Dev continued. Comparison is dangerous, Arjun. Why? Arjun asked quietly. Because you're comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. The words landed heavily. Mr. Dev gestured around the bookstore. You see that shelf? Arjun looked. Every book here has a different story. Some start fast. Some start slow. Some are tragedies. Some are masterpieces. He smiled. But imagine if every book tried to copy the same plot. Arjun nodded slowly. It would be boring. Exactly. The old man leaned back. Your life is not a race against your friends. It's a story only you can write. The moment of realization. That night, Arjun walked home with something he hadn't felt in months: clarity. He sat at his desk and opened his notebook. Instead of writing what others were doing, he wrote a new question. What do I enjoy doing, even if nobody sees it? He thought carefully. Memories surfaced. Sketching, designing things, creating digital illustrations. He used to love it, but he had stopped because it doesn't make money. It's not a real career. Others are doing better things. He looked at the drawings in his old folders. Something inside him stirred again. Maybe the problem wasn't that he was behind. Maybe the problem was that he had been walking someone else's path. The next morning, Arjun did something different. Instead of scrolling through social media, he opened his drawing tablet. At first it felt awkward. His lines were rusty, his ideas clumsy. But he kept going. 1 hour became 2. 2 became 4. For the first time in months, time passed quickly. When he finally stopped, he looked at what he had created. It wasn't perfect, but it was his. That night, he slept peacefully, not because he had achieved something big, but because he had taken a step on his own path. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Most people didn't notice anything different about Arjun. He still didn't have a fancy job. He still didn't post achievements online. But quietly, something was changing. Every day he practiced. Every day he improved. Every day his confidence grew a little stronger. Like bamboo roots underground, his foundation was forming. The unexpected break one evening. Arjun uploaded one of his illustrations online. He didn't expect much. Maybe a few likes, maybe nothing. But something strange happened. Within hours, the post started spreading. Artists shared it. Design pages reposted it. Messages started arriving. A small game studio reached out. We love your style. Would you like to work with us on a project? Arjun stared at the email for a long time. Then he smiled. Not because he was suddenly successful, but because he understood something important. Success hadn't appeared overnight. It had been growing quietly all along. A few weeks later, Arjun walked back into the old bookstore. Mr. Dev looked up. You look lighter. Arjun grinned. I think I understand the bamboo now. The old man chuckled. So, what changed? Arjun thought for a moment. I stopped measuring my life using someone else's ruler. Mr. Dev nodded approvingly. Good. Then he added one final thought. Remember this, Arjun. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. The lesson. Years later, when people asked Arjun about his journey, they expected a complicated answer, but he always said something simple. Comparison steals joy. Growth takes time, and your story is not meant to look like anyone else's. Because the moment he stopped comparing himself to others was the moment his life truly began. The world will always show you someone who is richer, faster, smarter, or more successful. But life isn't about being ahead of others. It's about becoming the best version of yourself at your own pace. So stop looking sideways and start moving forward. Your story is still being written.